Hey, what's up, Chronics Gold and Black Mold? It's your boy Quackster27, and in today's video, it is Suggestion Sunday once again, so we'll be looking at some more Krunker Bunker suggestions. These suggestions are, of course, from Krunker Bunker, and I picked some of the interesting ones and good ones from hashtag suggestions. Starting right off the bat with a controversial one coming from Psych, and it is add shotgun to ranked. While I don't really play ranked at the current moment, I can definitely tell a lot of ranked players would not enjoy this, as it takes a lot less skill to actually get kills with the shotgun in comparison to sniper and AK, along with the fact that majority of people in the community actually dislike this by disliking it 57 dislikes to 14 likes. Next up is Gold Block Games, and he says increase the quick sell value of raid materials due to the current value is only 5kr. Now, I'm going to disagree with everybody in the community that actually voted on this suggestion, just because this actually shows that real value and real demand of these collectibles, with wires and meat actually dropping, but Christmas lights actually staying pretty relatively stable for this change, along with circuits dropping a tiny bit, but they don't drop all the way to 5kr quite yet. So in my opinion, this is just to show the real value of some of these collectibles instead of having a false quick sell value to them. Next up, we have Beast Monster 64 with his suggestion being make the mood die available through watching a streamer for 4 hours again. There are a lot more players, and the fanbase has grown so much more in these periods, so the demand would be insane. Also, a lot of players missed on such an opportunity. In my opinion, this would not be a great move, as it is a Twitch drop, and these are supposed to be very limited, as in you can only get them within that time period. And if they change this, even just for one item, it would change the perceived value and desirability to actually participate in Twitch drops, which is the whole point of Twitch drops. Also, this was a specific Krunker streamers drop, so I believe they would even have to ask them, just because it's kind of their thing. All in all, I personally don't think that this is a great idea. Insane killer suggestion is some kind of punishment for toxic players, like a temporary ban or maybe something else. I do think that creating a punishment for this type of players would be nice for the game. However, I don't think it could actually be enforced fairly, as quoting somebody as toxic is definitely hard to do compared to they would need to have like a reporting system, and it would not be very fair to a lot of different people. However, they could definitely implement something like this into the game. Uncle Lise says capitalize the B in basket, pointing out that the egg basket's second word of a basket is not actually capitalized. I believe they actually did this in one of the drop items as well. Not too sure if they did this on purpose, however it would definitely look a lot more uniform compared to all the other names of the skins if it was capitalized, so I think this would be definitely a good suggestion. Next up, we have J_Sack, and his suggestion is have different sections for the junkyard, such as separate it into the various weapons or rarities and have the page into different slides. I think this is a great idea, considering that a bunch of these skins are just cluttered and slapped in here, like the egg and frostbite. Nobody is actually going to be able to craft them at the current moment, so they should definitely be removed from the page, at least hidden, along with the fact that there's like the Christmas lights back item down at the way below the bottom of the page, and there's just items all over the place, no real uniformity to the page. Next up is JDog101 with a pretty long suggestion here of lower the cost of crafting low tier contras. Even high level players completely ignore them because of the cost weighs way too much junk. For example, the Zerm pistol should not even cost close to half as much as a makeshift AK, but it does. That's why literally only one person has crafted it. Make lower tier craftables less expensive, so the crafting shop is open for more players, and everyone is asking for short-term grinds anyway. To make things simple, if you get 0.5 junk a day, and that's a lot by the way, it would take over 3 months to craft this thing, and that's why only one person has done it. Ultimately, the cost of some craftables need to be revised. Thank you for reading. This is probably one of the better suggestions from today, as he points out a lot of people don't craft those lower tier Contras, as in my opinion they just don't look as good as some of the higher tier skins, and if I want a lower tier skin, I'll pay for one of those instead, as the cost is way less. The junk amount for the skin is not really worth it at the current moment. However, at the same time, the people who've already crafted these skins would feel pretty left out and ripped off, as they had to overpay for their junk, so maybe you refund them or something for that, but I do think it needs to be revised. Fear Me's suggestion is add a Contra pet item that has 0.1% chance to drop when you nuke, and the pet item that drops whenever your weapon you're using, like 0.1% to 0.5 would be good. At the current moment, pet items aren't really meant for this type of thing. They're really meant to be very rare and collectible, as there's only Dutchman, Ghosty, and the new egg, the Bruns egg or something it's called. Those are the only current achievable pet models in the game. I don't think they should add a different gun pet for each gun. However, if they made it really rare, I think even maybe 0.01% chance every time you nuke, and it would be like a nuke peck, that would definitely be a pretty cool item. It might have to be an unobtainable and probably not tradable at that point, kind of like the egg pet item is not tradable. However, you would definitely get a lot of people desiring that pet item. Smoke Raven says that instead of the first people getting 1,000 eggs, make it that everyone has 48 hours time, and in the end, 10 people who got the 1,000 eggs and the fastest in-game play time are getting the item. Considering many people from time zones are currently sleeping or working to get 1,000 eggs total, approx takes 6 to 8 hours, that's not fair for many people. This suggestion was of course made before the event, but I still wanted to give my opinion on it. They could have definitely announced this event before they actually did it, because they really didn't give anybody heads up, causing a lot of people that might have wanted to get the unobtainable egg pet not even be able to compete for it. Our last suggestion comes from Uncle Les yet again, and his suggestion is add Uzi to ranked. If you're unable to for some reason, let us know what that reason is. The main issue, from what I can tell, for adding this into comp is just the fact that you would get a lot of people trolling with this gun, and nobody would actually be taking it seriously. I don't see any serious Uzi players in comparison to the amount of SMG, AKs, and Sniper and Rev players. They put the main classes into ranked just so they wouldn't have a bunch of trolls in there. However, I could be wrong. If you guys enjoyed me going over those suggestions and giving my opinion on them, make sure you guys let me know in the Discord. It's in the description box down below. This week we're going to have a Relic Sniper giveaway because somebody didn't claim one of the giveaways from another week, so we doubled down and made it 2 times this week. The link is in the description box as always, and I'll see you in the next one.
I've been playing some Krunker, grinding so hard my hand hurts. My opponents might need a doctor, cause I'm too good with the sniper.